A palace insider tells us the gloves are off, Princess, and has finally broken her long-held silence about a secret note from Princess Diana, one that allegedly warned of Camila'S future power. Now Camilla is in tears, fearing Anne's explosive revelation could topple her fragile position as queen consort. It began quietly, in the shadowed corridors of Buckingham Palace, where whispers of Diana's message circulated for months. This past week, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, stepped forward, at last revealing that Diana had confided in her a warning about Camila'S rising influence over Charles and the princes. Diana believed Camilla would one day wear the crown, and she entrusted Sophie to ensure the family never forgot her caution, says our source. Sophie's decision to speak now, just as Camilla presses for her daughters to gain royal titles under a new tiara regulation, has ignited a firestorm behind palace walls. Camila'S shock was immediate. According to courtiers, she broke down during a private meeting with Charles, unable to believe a note written by Diana, her late rival, could be weaponized against her decades after Diana's death. She's convinced this is a coordinated effort led by Anne, says a royal aide. Indeed, Anne's reputation for blunt honesty and unwavering duty suggests she may have orchestrated the timing to maximal effect. What has Anne said? Officially, nothing yet. Privately, insiders claim she has quietly urged senior royals not to call Camilla queen and has hinted that Camilla's past loyalty to Charles was a betrayal of Diana's legacy. Anne never forgave Camilla for Charles's marriage breakdown, reports a palace watcher. Now, by invoking Diana's final message, Anne solidifies her case. Camilla's presence on the throne, she argues, could fracture Charles's sons and undermine their future roles. Meanwhile, Sophie's reveal has shifted Catherine's position under the microscope. Known for her poised neutrality, Catherine was reportedly caught in private conversations siding with Anne. She believes that if Anne is right, the monarchy's stability is at risk, a source close to Kensington Palace confides. Catherine's carefully worded public statements about family unity have done little to quell speculation that she quietly opposes Camilla's agenda. Harry and Meghan's ongoing estrangement has only heightened tensions. Harry's leaked comments about Camilla, citing Diana's jealousy over her son's upbringing, have given Anne fresh ammunition. If even Harry doubts his stepmother's role, and argues, how can the rest of Britain trust her? As tabloids fixate on #team Anne versus #team Camilla, every gesture is scrutinized. Last week's Windsor Veterans fundraiser, where Camilla arrived in powder blue to soothe wounds, was overshadowed when an anonymous aide, believed to be Anne's ally, slipped a single blue hydrangea onto Camilla's desk the following morning. The cryptic message reportedly read, "Remember who waters the roots." Charles, already weakened by cancer treatment, now faces a dilemma: defend Camilla publicly and risk alienating Anne's faction, or distance himself from the consort he has long trusted. He loves Camilla fiercely, says a close courtier. But his health is failing, and he can't afford a palace civil war. Late-night discussions between Charles and Sophie have focused on how to honor Diana's memory while preserving Camilla's role. Yet each recommendation seems to deepen the divide. Anne refuses to be sidelined. At a recent command ceremony, she arrived alone, intentionally understating Camilla's absence from a joint appearance with Commonwealth envoys. Her staff insisted Camilla was simply occupied, but palace insiders saw it as a strategic slight. Rumors suggest Anne is lobbying to remove certain patronages from Camilla's portfolio, particularly charities Diana once championed. If that petition goes public, Camilla could lose both prestige and purpose. Camilla's counterpunch has involved high-profile engagements. At a Scotland event, she invited local veterans to share candid moments, prompting one tearful soldier to address her as "my queen." These images created a ripple of sympathy on social media. Yet just days later, footage surfaced of Anne removing Camilla's photograph from a palace bulletin board, an act that insiders say symbolized Anne's refusal to make Camilla part of her world. Catherine quietly moved to de-escalate matters, hosting a private unity roundtable at Windsor. She invited Anne, Camilla, Sophie, and key advisors to air grievances, only to watch the meeting collapse in bitter recriminations. It was supposed to be a peace summit, says a participant. Instead, it exposed how deep the fissures run. Afterwards, Catherine reportedly wrote in her journal, "Family first only works when everyone is on the same page. Right now, we're playing different books entirely." Amid this turmoil, Palace staff scramble to maintain the public-facing facade of continuity. State visit protocols have been quietly adjusted to never position Anne and Camilla on the same dais. Timetables for Camila'S upcoming tour of the Caribbean were redrawn to avoid overlapping with Anne's official patrol of Commonwealth concerns. Every invitation, every seating chart, has become a tool for sending subtle messages of allegiance or warning. Sophie's revelation about Diana's cautionary note may yet prove decisive. By bringing Diana's authority into the debate, she elevates what once seemed a personal feud into a matter of historical legitimacy. Diana's influence will always echo, says our insider. If Sophie can prove the Princess of Wales foresaw this rift, Anne's argument becomes impossible to dismiss. Yet the risks are enormous. If Charles defies Anne and stands by Camilla, he risks a public showdown with his daughter, a spectacle that could irrevocably damage the crown's image. If he appeases Anne, he could undermine his late wife's legacy by diminishing Camilla's rightful place. And if Catherine's mediation fails, the monarchy may splinter into factions too entrenched to reconcile. As rumors swirl over a secret plan to relocate Diana's personal correspondence, perhaps hidden in vaults under Kensington, the stakes escalate. Some whisper that a long-lost letter exists, detailing Diana's ultimate wishes for her sons' wives, a document that could settle the question once and for all. Should it surface, the ramifications would be seismic. Camilla might be forced to abdicate her campaign for expanded titles, and Anne's faction would claim vindication. But if the letter never emerges, the tug-of-war will continue, each side entrenched in convictions born decades ago. For now, the British public remains riveted. Every televised gesture, every whispered statement in the press gallery, fuels debate. Will Camilla survive this unrelenting scrutiny? Can Anne maintain her iron grip without splintering the family? And what role will Sophie play as the silent guardian of Diana's legacy? With Charles's health declining and Catherine balancing precariously between two powerful women, the crown's future teeters on a knife edge. Few predicted that a hidden note from Diana, a message entrusted to Sophie, would become the monarchy's fulcrum. Yet as palace gates silently close each evening, insiders confirm the royal household braces for further shocks. In the weeks ahead, watch for shifting alliances, urgent consultations, and possibly the long-anticipated appearance of Diana's letter. When it arrives, or when it fails to, Camilla's position and the very unity of the Windsors will hang in the balance. Stay tuned for our next update, as we delve into the leaked palace schedules, follow Sophie's every move, and monitor Catherine's efforts to quell the storm. The crown's fate may depend on what happens behind these gilded walls, and every moment, every whisper, could tip the scales. Thank you for watching, and let us know in the comments, who do you trust to steer the monarchy through its greatest crisis?